This is future Mariah talking. So I got a new camera, and this is it right here. And so please let me know if the quality is better or not. I think it is. So yeah, let me know. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy.
I get really nervous when talking about this subject. Not nervous, but like it kind of triggers my anxiety a little bit because it's something that I hope nobody else ever goes through, because it is really taxing on your mental health, and it really affected me very poorly for the longest time. I was just talking about how boring my life is and how pretty much vlogging is a moot point. Let me turn another light on. I don't really have an interesting life, in my opinion, but then I also remembered that, you know, I like to watch people's random everyday things. But as I was saying that, something happened, and I'm a little irritated about it. So here's a bit of a backstory. About 6-7 years ago, he wants to be in the video. Around 6 or 7 years ago, I was a freshman in high school, and there was this guy. I'm gonna call him Richard because he's a dick. Anyway, he was a sophomore, I was a freshman. I was not very popular. I feel like if I hadn't gotten together with him my freshman year, I might have had friends, like more friends, and I probably would have been not popular, but liked. I get together with Richard, and all these rumors start swirling around everywhere. And I lived in a really small town in the South. Everybody went to church with each other. A bunch of these rumors started swirling around, and I'm a pretty good person. I never did anything I wasn't really supposed to not do. I didn't have the best grades, but I tried. Until all this happened, then honestly, I barely passed high school because it affected me so much, and it still does every once in a while. And at first it was like little stupid things that I honestly can't even remember. A couple of them were like, oh, Mariah had sex with her boyfriend, and it made me like a bad person, even though there were people who literally had kids already, but whatever. One, I didn't. I was a virgin. So as that progressed, I had things happen. Like, I had this guy in my civics class who I have no idea why he was allowed to be this way in class. The teacher was in there too. For weeks, every time we had class together, he would be really disgusting, and he would say things like how he wanted to record it and post it on the internet, and made everybody laugh at me, and was just talking about how like I had sex with my boyfriend, and saying like really nasty things about how he wants to be involved. I don't see why that was funny. I don't see how people around him was okay with it. I tried to stand up for myself, but the whole entire class was against me. So you can only do so much until you're just shut down completely. And I went from sitting in the middle of the room to pretty much the very back, because the back is where people read and didn't really pay attention, didn't talk, so I knew that I would at least be safe because they didn't really give a crap. So more rumors start swirling. Mariah had sex in a car. Mariah had sex in church. I didn't even go to church, so I was like laughing, but at the same time I was like, that's really screwed up, because that's, well, one, you're making rumors about me, but two, I mean, like, in church? Really? You really think that low of me? During that time period as well, other things happened. If it were just rumors, I would have just dismissed it as rumors and, you know, kids being mean. It sucked because I moved from California to Georgia hoping I'd have a better life, and instead it was 10 times worse. During that time period, during those rumors, I was already getting like really broken down because people were just being cruel. And this was just my freshman year. I had to deal with 4 years of it. And he wasn't even there the last year, and I still had to deal with it. So during my freshman year, he denies it every time. I was assaulted in the park where they claimed I had sex by him. He would tell me, he would poke at my fat and tell me I was fat. So I stopped eating and I got really, really skinny. And what's crazy is I was so upset that I didn't even really take any pictures. You can see it in a couple pictures, but I didn't take pictures of myself because I was so disgusted with myself because everybody said I was disgusting. I found out that he was the one spreading the rumors. And he just assumed that I'd be okay with it. I broke up with him immediately when I found out. He was a really good liar. His dad hated me. His whole family's just a piece of work. Freshman year's over. Next year has to be better, right? No, it's not. So everybody's calling me anorexic, even though my mom helped me with it a lot. I forced myself to eat, and not everybody can just, you know, bounce back. So I don't even like want to call it an eating disorder, but I would like go on Tumblr and I would look at the cute like skinny skeletons and be like, oh, I want to look like that because I'll be beautiful to him. And I wouldn't eat dinner, I wouldn't eat lunch, I never eat breakfast. So I would eat a little tiny bit of dinner so that my parents wouldn't really say anything. That's pretty much all I ate. Sophomore year, he was just always around. Like no matter where I turned, he was always there. And it was really weird. But he also befriended my friends. And they would tell me that I'm wrong about him and he's a great guy. One of my friends had a crush on him. And I tell him, no, he's not. I wasn't lying. This is seriously what's happened. And it really showed me a lot of things about people. People believe what they want to believe. And his family is like a family in that town. Like they're not big, but everybody knows them. Saw my mom at the grocery store and tried to tell her bad things about me, about how like I sneak out and stuff. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because she didn't sneak out because she was with me. Oh, well, I thought I saw her, something like that. It was crazy. He did everything he could. That's also the year that I got together with this guy. I'm gonna name him, I'll name him Ron. Richard found out I was dating Ron. He was from the brand new public school that was pretty much the next town over, and it was full of people who had money. His family had money. His mom adopted him from Colombia and had a stepdad who also had a pretty good amount of money. Richard found out and got really jealous because I was telling all my friends, oh my God, I met this guy, he's my boyfriend, and he goes to this school, and he found out about it and was not okay about it. He spread a rumor saying that I was prostituting myself to him. Again, absolutely not true. And it got to the point where everybody all around me was talking about how I have sex for money. And it got to the point where I had people asking for it. And it was the worst feeling ever, especially when I was walking to class and this group of guys came up to me talking about how I sell myself for sex and threw quarters at me. because apparently I'm only worth a quarter. Junior year is the last year I have with Richard. Hallelujah. Previous year and this year, every single Valentine's Day, I would find a Valentine's Day card and chocolates on my window. Honestly, it's just so much of a blur. There's so much. It's hard to really tell you everything because it was just all around terrible. He ruined my reputation at school.
Another thing I'd like to add, it wasn't just at school. I was known all around the town as girlfriend, even when I wasn't. And everybody knew the rumors, not just the people at school. So after high school, when I got a job, I was literally serving people who knew about me, and I wasn't treated well.
I was just a target from now on. Like, it was cool to pick at me and make fun of me and just not be a nice person toward me. And it got to the point where I was so alone, I contemplated suicide so much because I felt like I was stuck in that town forever because my family didn't want to move. So it was really hard to step into that school. I tried everything. I tried changing my look, my style, just so that I could fit in because everybody there dressed the same. It was like the same Southern preppy clothing. Like, it was, everybody wore the same exact things. All brunettes, bleached their hair blonde, except for like one or two. And they all looked and talked and walked the same. And I tried. I never bleached my hair to be blonde. I tried everything. I even got an LL Bean backpack, and I don't even care about those. Like, they're cool and all. I still have it, but like, it's just a backpack to me. I didn't care. I liked being me, and I tried so hard not to be me so that I could be liked, and they still didn't like me. He harassed me online, said really terrible things about me online, said I slashed his tires, and you can still find it on Twitter. He never took it down. I've been trying to flag it with Twitter, but they still won't take it down. He put my full name and said I slashed his tires. I had no way to get there. I don't drive. Like, I didn't have a car, didn't have a license. I didn't have friends who could take me. My parents definitely wouldn't take me. It was a way too long of a walk, and why would I even bother? Like, and everybody believed him, and everybody was saying that I'm a crazy ex-girlfriend who slashed his tires. Why would I slash somebody's tires? I don't even want to give me any attention at all. That doesn't make sense. So junior year went like a blur. It was pretty much the same. So senior year came around and I completely changed my look. I was dressing really, I don't know what to call it. It was cool though. I really like it. If you go down my Instagram long enough, you can find them. Some outfits. They were really cool. People still picked on me all the time. It was still really cool to pick on Mariah. I blocked him on everything. He creates accounts to try to talk to me. But overall, senior year is pretty good. My self-esteem was so low, I couldn't even make friends really that year. Basically, he made my life hell, and he, ever since high school, has tried to contact me, and every time I block him, he would make a new account and he would try to friend me and talk to me on it, and I would block that account. And he married a girl named Mariah, had kids with her. Just really weird, and I'm really tired of seeing his name, his face. He's gone as far as to change his name so I wouldn't think it's him. I know it's you. Like, it's crazy. He even made a Facebook for his lizard so he could friend me. Like, really weird, you know? So anyway, that is my story. I have been sexually assaulted, not only by him, by multiple people. at that high school. They were all angels apparently, except for one. I feel like I need to share this kind of thing on YouTube to help. High school is really hard for everybody. I wanted to share this. One, if anybody from my high school is watching this, you have no power over me anymore. Shame on you for making me feel so small at one point. But also, for anybody who has had or is experiencing these issues, I want to make sure you know that you're not alone. If something isn't right, tell somebody. I did try to tell people. It's not like I suffered in silence. I told my parents. I told the school principal, who then told me to talk to the like police officer person on duty and just told me that I was having a self-esteem issue. I even brought in evidence. They said they can't do anything about it because it was online. If you do go to people, I still want you to try, but if you do go to people and they don't help, it is, sadly, it's normal, and I wish it wasn't. And you can ask a lot of people who are victims or survivors even of many different things. Just know that if you scream loud enough at them, please don't actually scream, but you know, if you bring it to their attention a bunch, somebody is going to see. I want to make sure everybody stays safe and feels safe and happy in this world. I want to make sure everybody knows they're not alone. If they ever need a shoulder to cry on, they can message me on social media. Right now, when I'm not big on YouTube, I don't have a lot of DMs. So as long as you're not being creepy or anything, I will answer you and I will help you if you need it, because I want to be like your big sister. I have a little sister of my own. And I just want to share that love and support. And there's so many hotlines. Don't be scared to call. I call every once in a while. One of my good best friends passed away. And I call them every once in a while. They're there for a reason. They're there to help you when you need somebody. Don't ever give in to the idea that you would be better off not here, because you have a purpose in this world. Just know that life is messy, and you can look at celebrities, you can look at very successful people. Almost every single one of them has had a hard life in the beginning, and they've used their experiences to do better for themselves and their communities and for the world. So no matter how you look at it, this is just your backstory, right? This is just what makes you into you. It is up to you to decide who you want to be. Anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, but I wanted to share this story with you so that you know that you're not alone. This also takes a giant weight off my chest. So yeah, I love you guys, and I'm going to be filming my BoxyCharm video today, so you're gonna have a lot of videos for a while because I'm also going to California. So excited. Yeah, I'll give you guys updates if he proceeds to contact me, but for now, this is it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.